Do you think mermaids are those beautiful creatures singing in the ocean to lure sailors? You're wrong. The real mermaids of mythology are monsters lurking in the depths, and today we will unveil their darkest and most terrifying side. Do you dare to hear their story? Before we continue, subscribe to our channel Mysterious Glances to uncover the world's most astonishing secrets. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to never miss a mystery. For centuries, mermaids have been part of legends and myths across cultures worldwide. We know them mainly as beautiful figures with the lower half of a fish and the upper half of a woman singing sweet melodies to enchant sailors. But this portrayal is just a softened, romanticized version sold to us by Hollywood and fairy tales. The truth is much darker and more terrifying. In Greek mythology, mermaids were half-woman, half-bird creatures, not fish. They lived on rocky islands and used their hypnotic voices to lure sailors to their doom. According to Homer in the Odyssey, these creatures not only enchanted with their singing, but also led ships to crash against the rocks, ensuring their victims never returned. Odysseus, the Greek hero, managed to listen to their song and survive, but only by tying himself to his ship's mast and sealing his crew's ears with wax. Beyond Greek mythology, the stories about mermaids grow even more chilling. In the Middle Ages, mermaids were seen as omens of death. If a sailor spotted a mermaid, it was said the ship was doomed. Descriptions from that era depicted them with deformed faces and cruel smiles, a stark contrast to the glamorous image we have today. In Nordic legends, we find the Maren or Huldra. These mermaids were much more aggressive, capable of shape-shifting to deceive men and drag them to the ocean's depths where they would slowly drown them. Some versions claim that these creatures didn't just kill but also fed on their victims, leaving behind scattered bones in the depths. What about historical sightings? For centuries, sailors from around the world have claimed to see mermaids. Christopher Columbus, on his journey to the New World, described seeing 3 mermaids that weren't as beautiful as they had been said to be. These creatures might have been manatees or dugongs, but what if Columbus actually saw something he didn't understand? Something terrifying that doesn't belong to our world. In other parts of the world, like Japan, there are the Ningyo, half-fish, half-human creatures that brought curses and misfortune to those who encountered them. Their flesh was considered a delicacy, but at a terrible price. Those who ate it were cursed or experienced inexplicable torment. If we delve into modern accounts, stories about mermaids haven't lost their sinister touch. Recent testimonies speak of creatures spotted along remote coasts, particularly in places like South Africa and the Caribbean. These accounts describe beings with deep, dark eyes and sharp teeth like blades. Far from the charming mermaids of fairy tales, these figures appear as predators lurking in the water, waiting for an unsuspecting victim to come too close. A shocking case occurred in Zimbabwe in 2012, where workers building a dam claimed to have been harassed and attacked by mermaids. The project was halted for weeks because the laborers refused to return, convinced that something evil was stalking them beneath the water. Why do these stories resonate across so many different cultures? From the oceans of Greece to the shores of Japan and Africa, mermaids are a constant in human narratives. Some believe these creatures might represent ancestral fears, a warning about the dangers of the sea. Others think they could be manifestations of something real, a predator unknown to us, still watching us from the depths. What is undeniable is that mermaids have symbolized mystery and danger for centuries. They represent the unknown and the unattainable, the fear of what lies beneath the waves. And although today we see them in movies and series as fascinating and romantic figures, perhaps we should remember their true nature. If you think mermaids are just stories from the past, modern testimonies might change your mind. Over the centuries, people from all over the world have reported encounters with creatures that seem to match the description of mermaids. While many cases can be attributed to imagination or misidentification of marine animals, some accounts are so detailed and consistent that they are hard to dismiss as mere inventions. One of the most discussed sightings occurred off the coast of Kiryat Yam, Israel in 2009. According to reports, a group of tourists claimed to see a human-like figure with a fishtail emerging from the waves to sit on a nearby rock. Witnesses described the creature as feminine, with pale skin and unusually bright dark eyes. Some even tried to approach to film it, but the figure quickly disappeared into the water. This incident caused such a stir that the local government offered a $1 million reward to anyone who could provide verifiable proof of the mermaid's existence. Despite the media frenzy and intense searches, The creature was never found, and the case remains a mystery. Another shocking incident occurred in 2013 near Papua New Guinea. A team of documentarians filming marine life reported capturing something on camera that they described as a creature with humanoid features. The video, though blurry, showed what appeared to be a figure with arms and hands, swimming with movements unusually agile for a human. The team insisted it wasn't a diver or any known animal. Skeptics argued it was likely a seal or another marine mammal, but those involved in the case maintained that what they saw was entirely different. Africa's coasts are also home to numerous tales. In South Africa, local fishermen speak of a creature known as Kaiman, which means the waterman in Afrikaans. This figure has been described as a mix of human and fish, with glowing red eyes and an aggressive demeanor. In 2008, a group of fishermen claimed to find traces of blood and mutilated fish near a lagoon where the Kaiman supposedly dwells. While no conclusive evidence was found, the Kaiman legends have been enough to keep many fishermen away from certain areas, especially at night. Further north in Scotland, we find accounts related to mermaids, but under a different name, selkies. Although these creatures of Scottish mythology are usually depicted as seals that can transform into humans, some modern accounts suggest they might be confused with mermaids. In the Orkney Islands, a group of divers claimed to see a humanoid figure with a tail while exploring an underwater cave. According to their testimonies, the creature observed them from a distance for several minutes before vanishing into the darkness. While some believe it was a monk seal, others argue that what they saw doesn't match the description of any known species. In Latin America, there are equally fascinating stories about mermaids. In Brazil, the legend of Iara, a fish woman who lures men with her song to drown them, remains alive in many riverside communities. In 2016, an Amazon River fisherman claimed to have been attacked by a similar creature while navigating at night. According to his account, a figure emerged from the water and tried to overturn his boat. He managed to escape but was deeply shaken by the experience. Locals interpreted the incident as a warning from Iara, reinforcing the beliefs surrounding this mythical figure. But these stories aren't limited to saltwater or freshwater encounters. In Siberia, Russia, there is a legend of creatures known as rusalka, who dwell in rivers and lakes. Although these entities are more often associated with female ghosts than traditional mermaids, some modern testimonies suggest they might share a common origin. In 2014, a group of campers reported hearing strange singing near a remote lake. Intrigued, they approached the water and saw what they described as a female figure partially emerging from the surface before vanishing. While the incident could be explained as an animal or even a hallucination, the consistency with historical accounts is unsettling. The case of Fiji in the Pacific adds another layer of mystery. For centuries, islanders have spoken of a creature known as Naya, or the Woman of the Ocean. In 2017, a group of marine biologists claimed to see something unusual while studying coral reefs. According to their testimonies, the figure seemed to watch them from afar, with a humanoid silhouette and deliberate movements that didn't match any known animal. Although they tried to get closer, the creature quickly disappeared into the depths. Of course, not all mermaid sightings have supernatural explanations. Manatees, dugongs, and seals are often mistaken for mermaids, especially in low visibility conditions. Christopher Columbus and other explorers likely saw these animals and interpreted them as humanoid figures due to their posture and movements. However, such explanations aren't always satisfying. When testimonies include details like facial features, hair, or even intelligent behavior, the possibility of mere misidentification becomes less plausible. Modern science hasn't found solid evidence to support the existence of mermaids. Yet some researchers suggest that extinct species of aquatic hominids or similar beings might have inspired these legends. This hypothesis, though speculative, is based on the idea that certain human traits, like our ability to swim and hold our breath, might have evolved from a more water-adapted ancestor. Regardless of scientific explanations, stories of mermaids continue to captivate our imagination. Whether we see them as metaphors for the sea's dangers, as real creatures yet to be discovered, or as part of our need to believe in the unknown, mermaids remain a powerful symbol. They represent the duality of beauty and mortality, allure and danger. And as long as there are oceans to explore, the legends of mermaids will never completely fade away. So the next time you're near the water and hear a strange song, stop and think. Is it just the wind over the waves? Or could it be something more? Perhaps the echo of a creature that has survived on the edge of reality, waiting for its moment to resurface. What do you think about these tales? Do you believe mermaids could be more than myths and misunderstandings? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our Mysterious Glances channel. Join us as we explore the world's most fascinating enigmas, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss the next mystery-filled video. See you on the next adventure.